Who has read The Ugly Duckling before? Anyone? Couple of you? Good. Okay. First off, I want you to get your iPads out, open them up, and it should be on the story, The Ugly Duckling, just like this. All right, good. Now that we're on there, we're going to open up to the first page, page 1. I want you guys to open up page 1. What does it say? Yes, it should say Once Upon a Time. That is the first page of the story. All right, now that we're open it, pay attention while I read, and then you guys can read on your own, okay? So, once upon a time, there was a duckling born on a quiet farm. His brothers and sisters were small and covered in downy yellow feathers. Next page. Perfect, all right. The duckling was bigger than the rest of them. Instead of soft and yellow, his feathers were rough and gray. Instead of quackling, the duckling honked. Instead of walking gracefully, he waddled. Do ducks waddle? They do, that's right. And what noise do ducks make? Quack, quack, quack. Good. All of the animals on the farm teased him for being so strange. He's so ugly, his neighbors whispered when they thought he wasn't listening. This made the duckling so sad that one night, as the other ducks slept near the barn, he snuck away to find a new home. We should be on page 7 now, guys, so I want you to make sure you're on page 7 and follow along, okay? If not, go ahead and open up now and we'll get you right there. Good. All right, everyone is on page 7. We're going to start at he waddled, right up top, right under the picture. He waddled over the hills and through the woods until he came upon a cozy little house. Inside, he found a kind old woman who lived with a rooster and a cat. You're not ugly, they told him. You're just different, and you're wonderful just the way you are. We're on page 9 now. Time passed and the duckling grew and grew. He grew until he was bigger than the rooster and bigger than the cat. Next page. Good, everyone's on page 11 now. Oh, Carlos, go on page 11, okay, bud? We're going to stay seated and finish reading. He was happy in his new home, but he still felt like he didn't belong. His new home was full of wonderful friends, but they weren't big or gray, or even ducklings. He wished he could be as red as Rooster. He wished he could be as soft as Cat. He wished he could quack. Can you guys all quack? Let's hear it. I can quack. Quack, quack. All right. Page 13 now, guys, so make sure you're on this page, okay? Give you time to catch up. All right, good job, guys. One morning, as he watched the sun sparkling on the pond, he saw a family of beautiful swans float by. Lucky birds, he thought. He looked into the water and saw his reflections for the first time. What's a reflection? Do you see yourself in the mirror every day? Do you guys use a mirror? Yeah. All right, well, it's in the bathroom, right? So reflection is when you look into the mirror and it reflects back on you. It's the same image. So this duckling saw a reflection in the pond. All right, so flip the page. You should be on page 15 now. Is that me? He said, shaking his feathers in disbelief. He wasn't a funny-looking duckling anymore. He had grown into a beautiful swan. Page 17. Good job, Max. Thank you. He jumped into the water, honking his loudest honk. I'm not ugly at all, he said. I'm just different, and I'm wonderful just the way I am. The end. All right, now that you guys have read the story, I want you to think about the story and try to tell your neighbor, turn to your partner, and see if you guys can retell what the story was about. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I just want you to see if you could tell that person what you just read. And I'm going to give you guys 1 minute, okay? All right. Good. I like the way you guys are talking, and it's okay to mess up. It's okay. We're just practicing right now. Nothing has to be perfect. It's not for a grade. Good. All right now, class. Now, next thing. Next to you at your table, everyone should have a sheet of paper that has the pictures in the story. They're just the pictures, no words. There might be some words like crack or something, but it looks like this. And I want you to take those pictures and go ahead and color them if you'd like, but cut them out at least, okay? We need them in individual rectangles or squares. So each picture should be cut out by itself, okay? Now, once they're cut out, just put them together and see if you can put them in the order of the story that was just told. Just see, I read it to you once. You were able to tell your partner what you thought it was about or retell the story, and now you're going to use the pictures and see if you can place them in order. So for example, would these 3 swans right here, would they be first or last, or where else would they be? Good, they could be somewhere in the middle. Do you think they were first? No, why not? Because he was a baby, yes. So look at the other pictures of when the ugly duckling was a baby and see if you can put those in order first. And then this goes somewhere in the middle, and the other ones where he's older might go before or after that one. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes to do that. Just practice again. I just want to see what you guys are able to do, okay? Okay, class, now that you all have had time to place those images in what you believe is the correct order, go ahead and go open up your iPads again. Make sure you are on still the story we read. And now we're going to read it again. And as we're reading, look at your pictures and see if it retells the story. And if not, we'll go over it again and you guys can fix it, okay? All right. Once upon a time, there was a duckling born on a quiet farm. His brothers and sisters were small and covered in down yellow feathers. How's everyone's pictures looking? Are they matching these 2 pictures? Yeah, no? Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Fix it if you want, or leave it and then go back to it at the end, okay? We'll be able to redo this. The duckling was bigger than the rest of them. Instead of soft and yellow, his feathers were rough and gray. Instead of quacking, the duckling honked. Instead of walking gracefully, he waddled. How are we doing for the next 2 pictures? Do we have the gray duckling and the 3 yellow ducks, or the black and white ducks, except if you didn't color them? Good. Looks like everyone, for the most part, has them. If not, that's okay. We're going to be able to try and retell it again, okay? We're just introducing you guys to this. We go to the next page, page 5. Everyone, we should be on page 5. All of the animals on the farm teased him for being so strange. He's so ugly, his neighbors whispered when they thought he wasn't listening. This made the duckling so sad that one night, as the other ducks slept near the barn, he snuck away to find a new home. Oops. How do these pictures look? Are we doing good? Perfect. You guys are awesome. Jorge, I love the colors you colored your cards with. Perfect. Tina, looks amazing. Try and just move the barn over one so it's next to the one with the crying gray duck and the pig in it, okay? Other than that, very good. You are. Page 9, and as I'm reading, remember to look at your pictures. I'm going to take a break, let you guys look, and then I'll go back to page 9, okay? Time passed, and the duckling grew and grew. He grew until he was bigger than the rooster and bigger than the cat. Cats are pretty big, aren't they? So for this duckling to get bigger than a cat, oh my, he must be a big duckling. He was happy in his new home. How's everyone's pictures looking? Okay, let's go and replace this one with this. And does that look like these two pictures? No? Okay, what do you need to move? Good, yes, you need to move this one over here and this one right here. Perfect, perfect. All right. One morning, as he watched this, look, there's the bigger ducks now and the reflection. Is that me? He said, shaking his feathers in disbelief. He wasn't a funny-looking duckling anymore. He had grown into a beautiful swan. So, this big duckling, he's a swan. He's not a duck, is he? He jumped into the water, honking his loudest honk. I'm not ugly at all, he said. I'm just different, and I am wonderful just the way that I am. The end. All right, how did we do? Good, perfect. All right, now, for those of you that didn't have it in the same order as the book, try readjusting those pictures and see how well you did. Excellent. Now, you guys are going to get in partners and try retelling the story and see if you're able to retell the story better than the first time. What were some of the things you noticed? Were you able to retell the story the first time or the second time better? Jose. Good, you were able to retell the second time better, right? Good. Now this takes time, but we're going to go over this tomorrow as well. We're going to practice more retelling the story, and it might be a different story, but it's going to be one you guys are familiar with.